Thanks so much. So, hello everyone. My name is Roche Buckle. I'm from hashtag NYC19, and I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. So, I don't know if some of you have just sort of woken up 9:30 your time. It's 20 to 8 our time in South Africa in Cape Town. And I am a drama teacher. And so, this kind of public speaking and chatting to people about public speaking happens on a daily basis for me. And I'm really excited to share some ideas with you, and maybe ideas that you can pass on to your students who might feel a little bit nervous when they have to stand up and speak in front of a crowd, because we know that it's not the easiest thing to do. And maybe one or two of these tips might resonate with you and you can pass them on to them. So let's go for it. So the first thing you have to remember is that when you're going to be speaking to a whole group of people is that you really just need to relax. And the most important thing is to stretch and to breathe. And I always say to my students, when you start off, sort of reach for the stars, just relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, because most of us hold all our attention in our jaw and in our shoulders and in our knees. So when you want to start speaking, those are all the parts of you that sort of clench up. So if you relax that, do a few mouth exercises, sort of move your mouth around, and relax your shoulders. And like I said, stretch and reach for the stars. You're going to relax everything. And then when you're breathing, they always say to you, oh, relax, take a deep breath. And often people don't know where you really need to breathe from. So I always say to my students, find your belly button and then find the soft squishy part just above your belly button. You know, the place where you keep all the chocolate cake. And sort of round about that area is where your diaphragm is. And that's where the largest part of your lungs is. So if you breathe from down there, then you can really get a lot of air in, and you can use that air to project your voice and to relax yourself and to just make you feel a little bit calmer about presenting, because if you breathe up here clavically, it's not going to relax you. So stretching and breathing is the first thing to do, and is really the key to make yourself get ready to present to a group of people. Whether you are presenting online or whether you're presenting face to face, that's the thing you have to do, is just relax and breathe. Then, most importantly, is when you're presenting, it's so important to bring a little bit of your personality into your presentation. So if you write your own speech, then your personality is carried through in that writing. Of course, sometimes when we're presenting maybe some training, we might be given a set of slides that have some speaker notes, but you can adapt those and just rewrite it in your own words, because then you'll actually know what you want to say and you'll be able to do it more easily, in a more relaxed manner. And if you want to add in a personal anecdote, then that also just adds to it, and it makes you connect to your audience and to the people that you're presenting to, or that you are training, or even to your students that you're teaching. They like to know a little bit about you, and so to add that into your speech really does help along the way. It helps you to remember, and it makes it more personal and exciting for everybody listening to it. Then, while speaking, you've got to smile. Your audience will immediately connect to you. And remember to communicate with your voice and your eyes. So look at the people that you're speaking to. So that means that you need to don't worry about those cue cards, or don't worry about those speaker notes, and just be, as I'm doing now, look at that camera, or be directing yourself to the audience if you're doing it face to face. And take your time. Don't rush. I know often I am a fast speaker, so often I rush through things, but when you've got 20 minutes to get through some slides, then you've got to be a little bit faster. But also, don't fidget. It becomes really distracting. And this is a really key point that you can pass on to your students, is some of them, when they're practicing their speeches or they're practicing their orals or their presentations, then they walk up and down because pacing helps them. But that really distracts when you're presenting to an audience. So try not to fidget, try not to gesticulate all the time and use your hands as we tend to do. Try and curve that a little bit so that your audience can connect to what you're saying and not be distracted by all the actions that you've got to do. So those are just some really short key tips. Breathe, relax, smile, write your own speech so that you can connect with it, something personal. And remember, you want to be interesting, clear, and entertaining. Right? Because that's what people are going to remember. Okay, if you're interesting, clear, and entertaining, they'll remember you. But now we're going to unmute and we're going to try a few things. Okay, so I've created a whole lot of different topic ideas. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to present another screen to you quickly. And this is one of my favorite sort of improvised topics, and it's something that you can share with your students as well and get them chatting. So this is called What Would You Rather Have or Do and Why? And you've got 30 seconds to do it and to give an explanation. So I'll start and then you can have a turn too, and we can see how we go from there. So the first one says, would you rather have cake or biscuits? Now, for me, I am a gluten intolerant. So this is always a really difficult question. And I don't like to just take things off the shelf because it'll either be too dry or not. So I like to make cake and I like to make sure it's moist and have a lot of buttercream in it so I can really enjoy it. Also, I can have more of it if I have cake. So cake is really preferable to biscuits. Of course, our biscuits in South Africa are a little bit different to your biscuits in America and other parts of the world. I know that some of you have cookies as biscuits and some of you have tray bakes that you call biscuits. And so cake is safe and easy to do. And that's why I'd rather have cake than biscuits. So there we go. That's an improvised speech. All right. So who'd like to try the next one, which is, would you rather have fruit or vegetables? Who'd like to unmute and have a go? 30 seconds. Have a try. Quick, just off the cuff. Anyone?
Oh.
I'll do it. Put me in, please.
Fruit or vegetables?
So I would much rather have fruits than vegetables because I feel like fruits are more versatile. I can put them into a smoothie. I can put them into a dessert. Like no one really wants to eat a beet cake. Maybe you do. Maybe you're a weirdo and that's okay. But I would prefer a strawberry shortcake. So I am going to take fruits over vegetables for the sole reason of I love dessert too much to give up fruit.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. And also, you know, fruit is sweeter and it feels like you're having dessert really when you're just having something healthy. Fab. Right. Who's going for the next one? We're going, do you prefer games or music? Anyone? All right. Go for it. It does
music. Yeah, I prefer music more than games because I think that it can help me like cool down my emotions, something just like that.
Absolutely. And you can just sort of lie on your couch and listen to some music and love it.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to have a try? Games or music? No? Okay, I'm going to move on to the next one. This one is, would you rather, now soccer, that's football, or rugby? So South Africa have just played against Scotland and we won. Woohoo! Rugby, amazing. So what would you rather do, soccer or rugby? The boys in my class always debate about this one. Rugby usually wins, depending on the season. No one going for this one? Oh, yes, Tom, go for it.
I'll say soccer because it's a universal sport and because rugby feels a lot more dangerous. So we'll go soccer.
No, but look, the melodrama of the soccer players, that's on a different level, isn't it? I mean, the way they fall around all over the place. So, yes, I do think rugby is a little bit more dangerous with all that tackling. Yeah, you can practice your acting when you do soccer. Quite right, quite right. That's what we love. All right, let's go for another one. We've got, do you prefer the city or the countryside? All right, go for it, Abid.
So I've always been a city boy, having grown up in London, lived in London pretty much all of my life. And I lived about a year in the countryside, but I was 10 years old, didn't enjoy it at all. I'm now 39 and I think I've done my time in the city. And so I definitely think the countryside. I've been going for drives just outside of London, not even too far away, maybe like 10, 15 minutes drive outside of London. And just enjoying seeing the green is just amazing. You know, I don't see green in London where I live. We're just houses and houses and houses, and we don't even have gardens. We just have yards. So countryside for me, definitely going forward.
Oh, that's brilliant. And can I just say fangirl moment? I'm so excited that you're on my spot because it's like I see you everywhere. So we're lucky in Cape Town in that we've got Table Mountain and the beach sort of like 5 minutes away, but we're in a big city, so we got the best of both, which is so exciting for us. And it's great to live in a place like that. But I love London too, a city girl as well. Okay, come on, got another one. Computer or tablet, iPad. So sort of your Chromebook or a tablet type thing. What do you prefer? Do you all use Chromebooks? All right, go for it, Renee.
I would probably say that I would rather use an iPad. It's a little more versatile, travels easier. I can take it with me everywhere, and I can do all the work I need to on my iPad. Plus, I have all sorts of games loaded on my iPad, and I don't like to play games on my computer, so I'm an iPad girl.
Yeah, I've got both, and I agree with you. And I can go on to any of my Google Workspace tools anywhere as well on that iPad, and it works just as beautifully through the browser. So, brill, yes, I agree. Okay, we've got a few minutes left. Let's go. Ooh, walking or running. All right, Corinne, go for it.
All right, I'm a walking girl. Only that because I'm a little bit older than 39, and if I put some more stress on my joints, that's not a good thing. So, but I like to enjoy what I see and what I hear, what I smell when I'm walking, and I happen to live in the suburbs, which is a little more country. So I like to see what's going on around me. So I'm definitely a walking girl rather than a running person.
And if you walk through the countryside, how fantastic, isn't it? You can take stunning photos, and you can even make stop motion of your walk. Because I know there was a stop motion earlier on. Make stop motion of your walk. Won't that be amazing? Love it. Brilliant. Anybody else? I saw somebody else wanted to do walking and running. Do you want to? Yes. Okay, go for it.
I only want to say walking because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I bought myself an Apple Watch to try and get myself back up and running after suffering from long COVID. And so I love the walking. I love the coaching that the Apple Watch gives me to get up and make a move. And so I love doing it's funny because I just do round circles around the streets and I'm almost playing neighborhood watch, but totally love the walking. Absolutely.
Brilliant. They'll give you a badge soon so that you can be neighborhood watch as well. All right, let's just move on to one. Oh, closed shoes or sandals. Now, this is a big deal in where we stay because our school is right near a beach, and some of the children go off to the beach after school, but they don't quite like the sand in between their toes. So what would you prefer, closed shoes or sandals? Do we go for pedicures to be able to wear those sandals? That's another question. Anybody want to give a talk on this one? No? Yes? All right, go for it, Tom.
If the weather is nice enough to be able to let your feet breathe, take advantage. You live once.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what those toes look like. Yep, absolutely. All right, let's just do one more. All right, we've had too many of these inside-outside ones. Let's go. Oh, restaurant or picnic. Do you have picnic areas close to you? What do you prefer, restaurant or picnic? One of my children did this one, and she said she'd rather prefer a restaurant to a picnic, and the main reason is bugs. All right, Renee, go for it.
All right, well, sorry to talk twice, but if Abid can do it, so can I, right? I would say I would go for a restaurant over a picnic because I hate to cook, I hate to clean, and if I do a picnic, I've got to get all the food together, put it all together, set it out, and then I've got to clean up after myself, bring home anything and wash it. I would rather just go to a restaurant and pay somebody to wait on me hand and foot and bring me my food and clean up after me. So out of pure laziness, I choose a restaurant.
No, brilliant. I'm with you on that one, especially the cleaning up afterwards. Okay. All right. Oh, and do you prefer swimming or dancing? Let's have this as our last one. What would you prefer? Which one will give you the most points on that Apple Watch?
Well, seeing as you mentioned the Apple Watch, it has to be me. And swimming all the way, absolutely. I only learned how to swim aged 28. So I feel like I lost a lot of time in the childhood with the swimming. I have 2 left feet, so dancing is just not going on for me. But swimming, absolutely love it.
Well, look, if Adam Peaty, and I know this because I watch Strictly Come Dancing, I'm a huge Strictly fan, is your British Olympic swimmer can then go on Strictly Come Dancing, and he was only eliminated last week, then anyone can do anything. So there we go. All right, so I wanted to show you that. And just to show you how easy it is to improvise with speaking, and that you can do this with the students in your class or with a group of people, or even just quickly before you present something as a training session, to get people talking, because it's quick and easy, and it's topics that they can chat about, and they don't really have to think about it or think that, oh, they're preparing something, but really what you're doing is you're improvising and you're speaking, and that's the main thing. Exactly, it's a great icebreaker, and it just makes you feel a little bit more comfortable about speaking, and a little bit more comfortable about giving your opinion about things, and you really can agree or disagree to any of these topics. I've included a whole lot: day, night, mountain or beach, train, airplane, a movie or series, YouTube or TikTok. Oh, Tyler would say both, I think. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop my slide deck into the chat for you, and then you can have it. And there's all sorts. Oh, I didn't copy that. So there's all sorts of things in it. Let me just go stop sharing so that you can get me. And there's all sorts of things in this slide deck that you can click on and get more ideas about improvised speaking. Oh, it did work. Haha, I was a dwarf chick. Get them chatting. There's also a wonderful little, another bit that I created, which is called Topics to Think and Speak About. And with this one is something that you can really share with your learners and get them talking and get them writing. And I'll just go through, I'll just leave it looking like this at the moment. Because here there's all sorts of ideas about how to start creating stories about my family and an unusual animal that you can use for speaking and writing, however you want to use it within your classes or within your training, or however you'd like to use it to get people speaking. So there we go. There's a whole lot of things for you to use. I found it very successful within my lessons. I've shared it with many teachers who teach creative arts in South Africa, so that's drama, art and music, and they found it very useful too. So I hope that you find it useful as well. And we're just on 8 o'clock, and thank you so much. I've enjoyed being with you, and I hope you've enjoyed being with me, and great.
Roché, that was awesome. Thank you so much for that. So what I love about it too is some of us might still have students who are remote. So this is something that can easily, like you just modeled, be done not only in person, but also online. So it works on all modalities. It's awesome.
Absolutely. So go out and enjoy it and love it. And, you know, I even put my students in breakout rooms and got them chatting, and then brought them back in, and they gave ideas and did little scenes where they unmuted and switched on cameras, and it was great. So you can use it for remote teaching as well, most definitely.
That's amazing. Thank you, Roché. Thanks, everyone. I had the link there to our next session if you want to jump over there. I'm going to stop the recording, and